I have the mental capacity of Guppy.
Guppy Gibson. Guppy. Wait, is it Gibby Gibson? Is that?
Gibby Gibson, yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I got that right.
Gibby
Kind of
Gibson.
dialed.
Gibby and
dialed
Guppy
in on
Gibson.
He's called Gibby because his last name's Gibson. They just never say what his name is.
Oh.
Oh yeah, his first name isn't even Gibby.
I don't
Does that
think
mean
so.
his brother's last name is Gupson?
No, it's Guppy Gibson.
The father, you're not good enough to carry the Gibson name. You're Gupson. I know we're restarting the intro, but we should no. This is how the episode should start with the Guppy discussion. The Egregious Podcast.
This has nothing to do with butter.
How's it taste?
You think it tastes gross, and you gag a little.
My English left.
Totally sucking face.
Ooh, oh no.
Oh my god.
I hope it doesn't burn.
My 16-year-old voice is just not it.
I want no part of that.
That's how it's space done.
So the three of us are in a band, which means that we can clap together.
It does. That sucked.
That was terrible. I regret starting this podcast.
Oh no.
Since the three of us are in a band together, some crazy shenanigans have happened.
I concur.
And in those shenanigans come some funny stories.
Egregious stories, some might say.
Funny.
This feels forced. Somebody to say something funny.
Something funny.
Oh, fine. I'll say something. I got. Well, first of all, do you guys have stories prepared for today? Funny
Do
music
I ever?
stories. I thought mine's more of a cool one, because I'm a cool, chill guy. So mine's kind of a cool one that will leave you shocked and contemplative about how I'm probably the best member of this podcast, is what you'll be thinking when you're done with today.
Mm-hmm.
I have concepts of stories.
I'm sure Logie has a lot of stories about parades, because he loves parades.
Dude,
Just
parades
ask it. Marching in
were the
parades
greatest.
is his favorite.
The three of us did band, and I liked concert band. But here's the thing. Our school didn't have the option to separate concert band from marching band. So I got to do marching band for 6
Package deal.
years.
Me too.
5 years? Junior year was weird.
Yeah, junior year you were like in two places at once.
They put the piano class at the same time as percussion class because they split that off from band. And then they're like, choose one. And I picked piano because why wouldn't I?
We all see how that ended up.
Oh, this is an interesting thing to know, I think, for the podcast. This isn't my story, but did you guys know that Noah granted me the proudest moment of my life? I feel like that's something we can get into. He granted me the
proudest moment of your life.
Oh, that's
the
right.
The proudest.
I remember.
And most honorable moment in my whole life. This is what I look back to when I want to inspire. This was better, than like all my numerous awards I've won. Meeting my girlfriend. This blows that out of the water.
Wow. Okay. Whoa, this is high stakes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her hear you say that.
Holding my little brother for the first time in the hospital.
Oh no. Dang. Poor Brock.
When I look into should I ever have a child, when I look into his eyes, I will not get the same amount of pride
that you got
as I did
from this moment.
I have to make this very dramatic so that People will tune in. So Noah, being the little overachiever he is, Noah was at what did you do in marching band for us, Noah? You want to fill them in on that?
So for the first couple of years, when I was a wee freshman slash sophomore, I played the stick, otherwise known as the clarinet. And then I got older and I
Squidward.
became the drum major one year. And I was a junior that year because you guys were seniors and we were all in the band together and it was pretty rad.
Yeah.
So one of the parades, we do this chant thing every time we like dismiss the band, and I don't remember when you told me this. It was sometime prior to this day because you were like, "Oh my god, like I don't want to be the drum major or do anything else. I just want to scream the chant." And this one day, I'm standing there. We're on the green doing our little performance thingy, and then I just point to Brian, and I I I think I told him what I was gonna do before, but he knew what
Yep.
that finger
We
meant
knew the
when he saw
plan.
it.
We knew the plan, and my eyes lit up. It's comparable to when the like you're knighted by the queen, or like when
What
Noah
queen?
pointed. It's like
Yes,
he was
because you would know what being
pointing.
knighted by the queen feels like,
It's like his sacred
obviously.
finger was Excalibur, and he was passing the eternal honor of my ancestors down onto me.
I was.
And with my entire chest, I did that chant. I'm gonna try to remember the chant. It's it's kind of to, get everyone's spirits up before like the big
Yeah, it's
parade,
a
the big
it's a
event.
marching pep bandy thing, like you loud
Yeah,
and proud, loud and
it's
proud,
one of our
and
little traditions. It's
smile,
dorky, but
smile through the pain of long parades.
People from Panther Prep, as we're gonna call it, will already probably know this.
Panther Prep. Yep, that's where we went to school.
they're proud.
Uh, uh,
I thought you were talking about like some specific like band camp type thing, like we were calling it Panther Prep for one year. I felt very out
uh,
of the loop for a second there, but
Panther Prep.
yes, Panther Prep. That's
Um,
our alma mater. Only
but
two
yeah,
thirds of us. Only 2/3 of us went there, though.
yeah, yep.
Yep.
The other third
Logie didn't go there.
was went to South Panther Prep,
Yep.
and we went to North Panther Prep. Um,
The North End is a
so,
little nicer.
yeah, the North End's a little nicer as usual. Um,
Don't if you're in the area, don't you can skip the South End. Just
just go right
book
to
an
the North.
Airbnb in the North End.
Yeah. So the way this chant works is normally it's the drum major that screams, yells, announces, says in a very loud voice something, and the band as a whole has to respond. And it
It's a
just
call and
it's
response.
yeah, it's a call
It's a
and
call and
response.
response.
So normally it's the drum major, me, that yells that, but I was feeling a little like my voice wasn't going to cut it at that exact precise 3 seconds in time. So the fate of the band's chant rested on Brian's shoulders as I lifted my
Yes,
finger and pointed it in his direction.
yes, and
I should write a
so
novel.
we should write a novel about this one
This
thing that we
one
did
moment.
in high school. Um,
Uh,
And call it
Oh,
Panther
what
Prep.
might be fun is to see if I can recite it from memory and if you guys can do the call back. And
okay.
Noah can point to me
This is our new
digitally by
segment.
by typing out point in the chat.
Okay.
This is our new segment. We will do
This
this
is
on every
this
episode.
is our
Every
new
episode. This will be how we there's no intro, we just come in doing this. I think would be a good way to get us hyped,
Get our blood flowing.
get our juices pumping. Get the oil going and flowing.
oil it up.
Noah gave me the man. The man?
The man.
Noah gave me the command.
The
Sorry, it's
man.
late.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. How are your feet?
Together.
Together.
Stomach.
In.
In.
Chest.
Out.
Out.
Shoulders.
Back.
Back.
Elbows.
Frozen.
Frozen.
Chin.
Up.
Up.
Eyes.
With
With
pride.
pride.
Eyes.
With
With
pride.
pride.
I said, how are your eyes?
With
With
pride.
pride.
Detail fallout.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That was the.
Did I miss one?
No, you did it perfect. You got it.
Wait, I did them all?
Yeah, you did.
No way. Let's fucking go. Yeah. So picture us screaming that too.
So
Like
picture. Yes. Yep.
I'm in a house with people right now, so I can't exactly do
Yeah,
that, but
as
we
am I.
would be screaming it at the
You
top of
you
our
could have.
lungs.
Everything's a choice in life.
But
We
he
all have
chose.
choices we can make.
She chose the less chaotic choice. Excuse me, I burped. I excuse myself.
That was
And
very polite of you. That's
I
why you're
forgot.
gentleman number two.
Forgot what I was gonna say. Then later that same parade, after we marched back to the bus for some reason, because obviously people were watching us until we got to the bus off the parade route. We did the whole thing, and then I shouted it this time, but my voice cracked on like the second to last one. And I just looked
Ooh.
over at some of you guys, and it's like I was looking in a mirror because I saw myself like bent over, like doubled over, trying not to hysterically laugh.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then Logan was laughing at me. I don't remember what Ryan was. I was coming into my voice. Okay, I was only 16 years old. You know, these things happen.
Yep,
Yeah,
these things are excusable.
that's another reason Brian was. I was like, okay, let's let Brian do this one because his voice won't crack. Mine probably will.
I had another year on me. My voice was a bit more mature.
Yes, yes.
Your 16-year-old voice.
My 16-year-old voice was just not it.
It wasn't.
I wonder,
It was pathetic.
do we have any videos from back then of us like talking? Because I wonder how much
We do
our
somewhere.
Yeah.
voices have changed. Like,
I know mine has. I know
yeah,
Brian's has.
you don't realize it happens, really. You just listen to a recording one day and you're like, holy crap, I used to sound like that. Why did people put up with me?
It's neat that we have that at least that we can compare, because
Yeah,
that would just kind of be lost to time,
that
even
is
like a couple
absolutely,
decades
that
ago,
is a thing of the present for sure.
For certain, you can say that
For
much.
certainly.
Yes.
Mhm.
So that was Brian's prideful moment that
That I'll never forget.
he'll never forget, that he cherishes more than he cherished holding his brother for the first time. So
Exactly.
that was a good one.
I have something that crossed my mind. As I said, percussion got kind of split off from the band. I was a drum kid. Don't ask me to play drums now. I can I can keep a beat, as Noah's alluded to. And I was in this separate class with just the drummers, and we were just hanging out because we didn't really need a separate class. There just wasn't any time in regular band to focus on drums at all. So we got like the extra time, but we only needed probably one day out of the week to actually work on stuff. So the rest of the time we just did jack, jackbox, jack shit, what
Yep.
have you. So one time we were goofing around as we do, and this guy, this what?
Noah.
Well, I was gonna say maybe we call him like Gerald because Noah's gonna get confusing.
Gerald.
Gerald, yeah. From our last episode, I think we were calling him Noah,
We
but
were
yeah, he
calling
can be
him Noah,
Gerald.
but we having a code name that's one of us is gonna get confusing. So Gerald.
Gerald.
So Gerald and I
Gerald.
would like roughhouse from time to time, joke around, whatever. I'm a bigger guy. He wasn't. He was sitting in a chair, and I sat in his lap. So I don't know how it happened, but I got up quickly, like as he went to get up or something, and I just elbow this dude in the nose, and he starts bleeding immediately. Just again, force of 1,000 waterfalls coming out of this out
Yes,
of Gerald's nose,
good
and
call.
He was bleeding profusely.
he has to go to like the nurse, which is the complete opposite side of the school.
Yeah, that's about as far away from the band room as you could get. That was a horrible location for the nurse's office. Why did they put it there?
Anyone from Panther Prep can visualize this. We're in the band room.
Yes.
He starts gushing. We have to get all the way down the hall, down the main hall, past the cafeteria, into the middle
Middle
school
school.
wing, by the gym, over to the nurse's office. And when I
Did you
tell
leave
you
a
there,
trail of blood behind
oh,
you
that
as
is
you
what I
went?
was about to say. There were drops everywhere. He mostly went back and cleaned them up, but he missed one right outside the cafeteria, and we had lunch right after.
Oh, that's right.
And yeah, we're all like, "Oh, hey, look, there's blood on the floor."
Uh,
uh,
It
sorry,
wouldn't be the
Gerald.
first time.
probably not.
No, kids are just bleeding all over the. Do you have any idea how often kids are just bleeding all over the
A
place?
lot
It's
more than
absurd.
one would probably think. Yeah, I started nose bleeding. I should probably specify that. My nose
Mhm.
started bleeding just randomly in 7th grade social studies once. But you guys know where that classroom was. It was literally like
Next to the nurse.
next to the nurse, like 3 doors down from the nurse.
Perfect.
So I was like, "Oh, okay." I don't even think I grabbed a
Maybe
tissue.
that's.
I think I just like shoved my fist like between the bridge, not the like above my upper lip and my nostrils, and was just like, "Stop bleeding, please," when I get there. So to anyone who saw that as I was walking, or when I walked in, that probably looked like horrendous. Here's this guy with blood all over his hand and blood on his face, but no, it's just my nose. It's
Mhm.
fine. This is
You got a
a
bloody
normal thing.
nose.
Well,
Ha!
if it was me now in my eighth grade body, I would I would go to your crush, and I would say he broke his nose in a fight. You should see the other guy. He's a tough son of a bitch. That Noah. I'd keep
Uh,
I'd keep my eye on. I wouldn't let him get away. And then I'd just walk
uh,
away all casual, like that's what I do for you.
what a bro. Uh,
You should have seen the other guy. He had a pipe wrench and he still lost.
a pipe wrench is no match for me. Bring it. I'll bend that thing so hard and shove it so far. Never mind. I'm gonna stop now.
Wait, what was this eighth grade or seventh grade?
I
No,
was in
I
7th
think I
grade,
missed that.
so
Okay.
you would have
So I would
been
have
in
been
8th
in
grade.
eighth grade. Yes. So accurate to what I would have done.
What
Accurate.
if 7th grade Noah just looked exactly the same as he is now, but smaller?
What if I had long hair in middle school?
That'd be
I wish you
kind of
did.
crazy.
That would have been. I don't think I. My mom would have been mad.
What does she think about your hair now?
She doesn't like the long hair. She just tolerates it.
Oh, so she doesn't like it.
Not really.
She's
She thinks
not.
guys look
Oh.
dumb with long hair, but it's fine. Like
Hmm.
this hasn't affected our relationship at all.
Yeah,
I
just
didn't
like
mean to say
she'd
that kind of
prefer you
sarcastically.
with.
That was a legitimate like that was the truth.
Not like I fucking hate her guts or anything.
Uh,
Um. Yeah. No. It suits you, Noah.
Thanks.
It
I
would
finally
be.
found myself when I grew up.
It would be. I
Isn't that how it
think it
works?
would be
I grew
hard
up.
for me to. Like, I'd be speechless, I think, for a good 30 seconds to a minute if you just showed up to practice and you had, like, my length hair. That
I
would
don't think I'd
be.
ever go that short. Even when I had
That's kind
shorter
of how
hair,
you. Oh no,
it
you
was
you didn't really have it as short as I do
if
right now, do you?
never, yeah,
I got
never
a
that
fresh cut
short.
too, because I'm
Yeah,
my hair is really short.
yeah. Maybe like the longest that yours will ever get might be like the shortest that I ever cut it back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, did
Um,
you remember like a couple weeks ago before I got it cut. It was
Yeah,
getting like that was pretty long for me.
it was
It was
getting
kind of
there.
getting
Yeah.
out of control. Back when we
Uh,
were just picture me in the first
Back when we
episode.
were
You
kids.
guys obviously can't see our faces, but just picture me as a mangy like woodland creature of some sort that probably burrows in the ground and forages for
uh,
nuts. That's what I looked like.
yeah, that's probably
So you
about
can
right.
picture, you can get an idea of me visually.
Yeah.
That's what's fun to me is that if people are listening to this, it's, let's be honest, it's going to be mostly our friends at first, but if people are listening to this and they don't know, they get to like do the fun little thing of creating an image in their head of what we might look like. Isn't that a
Or
fun little game? We
A
that
should
is
just
a
woodland
gaslight
creature.
them into thinking we
never
look
mind. I'm not going to
horrific.
say what I was going to say. That would ruin it.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing.
Come
It's not like
on.
it's not like we have an Instagram page that all three of us are on.
Okay, so I am making a couple of assumptions there. I'm assuming that you're not going into our Instagram. You're not interested in seeing because it's not hard to find our faces if you look.
No.
I guess I'm just assuming that you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever and not asking any more
We're going to
questions.
just
You
assume
don't
that
care about
this
this Randy's Gentleman shit. You don't.
we're just going to assume that this episode of this podcast just appeared on your Spotify one day as like recommended for you, or one of those like you liked this, you might like this. Yeah, that's the we're banking on that fact.
I'm bankrupt.
Oh man,
You
that
are?
sucks.
Did you guys ever go in the secret room in the band room?
Oh my god.
Yes.
I
You
forgot
did?
about that.
Well,
I did as well.
now that I'm thinking back on it, all the secret room technically was like it was filing cabinets,
Yeah.
but when you pulled them out, like they were on like a roller, so when you pulled them out,
Yep.
obviously like that space isn't occupied anymore.
No.
Right.
So if you shut yourself there was a space like where you could crouch. So if you shut your or had someone shut you in there, then there's still all that because it was like filing cabinets next to each other, so there was
Yeah, it
like
was like
all that
four
empty space.
sliding cabinets next to each other that were all on a roller. And one of them you could pull out, and there was a compartment. Well, it was just like the bottom part of the shelf that was just completely empty. So if
Yeah,
you
it was
crawled in
literally
there
just
and
a drawer.
crouched, someone could push you into the cabinet. And then if they pulled the other cabinet right next to it out, you could step out and stand behind the cabinet.
You know what, guys? I bet some crazy kids totally made out in there. They were totally sucking face.
I bet. There's
Was
also
it you
writing
and
like
Noah?
all what?
Was it you
Yes.
and Noah?
Sorry, I fuck
Yeah, it
Noah. I
was
know you
it.
didn't want me talking about it on the podcast.
It's okay. It was the heat of the moment. It was bound to someone was bound to hear it eventually.
Someone, it was bound to come out on the podcast. It's too good
uh,
That's
content-wise.
why you did it.
that's why
You're
we
like, someday on the egregious podcast, we'll get to tell of our lovers'
We mentioned
quarrel
it by name.
in the secret room.
See, the funny thing is that wasn't even a band related event. Wasn't that related to like sardines from indoor track practice or something?
Oh yeah, were we using that as a hiding spot?
I think we did once.
I think Gerald
Oh,
might
really?
have. That seems like something he would do.
Yeah.
Is my name like written in there somewhere? It probably is.
I don't know, but what I do know is you can't get back there anymore because one of the more recent band directors actually organized all the music, so it's like actually a
Whoa.
filing cabinet now. So there's the space that used to exist that you crouched in to get it or crawled in to get in isn't there anymore. So,
Oh, so like
Boo.
like it's the same filing cabinet, but all the
but
space
now
is
it's
now
it's
being utilized,
yeah,
so
there's
you
no empty
can't
space to
like
get in anymore. The
so you
entrance
like
has been
have to
sealed.
clear out space. Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
too
that
bad,
was
guys.
you're right, the secret room. There's still writing all over the wall, but no one's ever gonna know because you can't get back there anymore.
Am I right in thinking that the room the secret room was in had carpet on the floor?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the room with the sink in
There
it.
was also a sink in there. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Because
There
the
was a
band room
sink
itself
in
wasn't
there.
carpeted,
No, it was
but
tile.
that little, like, it was almost a closet, like a big kind of walk-in closet off of the
Yeah,
band room,
that's pretty much what it was. It
and
just
it was
also happened to have a
carpeted
sink.
with a sink.
That kind of makes me wonder, was the band room for something else when the school was built?
Probably, but I
Teacher's
don't know
lounge?
what.
Maybe.
It could
Yeah, was
be.
that like a kitchen? Could that have been a kitchenette?
Could have been.
But
Because,
that's
like,
like,
take.
it was in a very like closet location. It wasn't,
Well,
and
Yeah.
it wasn't well lit.
you could say the file cabinets and the shelf aren't there, and say also that that wall that was like separating the closet from the band room, just say that wasn't even there either. You just have like one big room if it was like a teacher's lounge. I don't know. I should ask my mom because she went to that school, Panther Prep.
Oh,
Your
back in the
mom's a
day,
Panther Prep
Panther Prep.
alum?
And I should see if that was still the band room because I know what was what was the senior lobby when you guys were seniors was the cafeteria, I think, when my mom went there.
Right. You
And some
mentioned
other
that.
things. So like,
Wait, the senior lobby was the cafeteria?
yep.
How
That's
was
why
that
there's
even?
that weird like that's why it's that weird like square space there. It used to be a cafeteria.
Oh, it was either
Tiny
really
cafeteria.
small or they've like redesigned. Yeah,
I
that's
think they
crazy.
probably did some redesigning. I imagine the lockers weren't there when it was a cafeteria.
That's what I would guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of makes sense now that I think about it, because
And then
wasn't I think the
oh
lockers were like kind of randomly like in the middle of like they weren't up against the wall. They had like their own.
yeah,
Was it just
there
lockers or was there a wall there?
there was um
Wasn't there bathrooms?
there was bathrooms, and there was like I think it was almost like a giant wide girthy pillar that just had lockers going all around it.
Right, but I thought there was the bathroom inside, like
Oh, you're
the
right.
pillar. Yeah,
I don't know then. I really don't know. And then the
Who
basement's
knows?
also right there. Did
right.
you guys ever go in the
Panther Prep
basement or no?
is
I
a
did.
mysterious
I've
I
been
did
down there
aspect.
once
a couple
because
times.
that's where they had like extra resources or whatever you want to call
This
it.
is, that's where they keep all the books and stuff, like for
Right.
English classes.
We had to go
Yeah.
there to get something.
Wasn't it for our history class, Logie? Didn't we have to go
Yeah,
down there for that?
we did. And we got to
What were we
explore, and there was
doing?
some weird stuff in there.
Yeah, no, I remember that
There is some weird
specific
stuff down
occasion.
there.
There was some weird stuff. The secrets of the
How
Panther Prep
weird.
basement.
Was there a
There was
Panther Prep
there were like
poster?
some sort of creepy dolls, I remember. There were
Like,
old,
why does the school have these kind of thing?
yeah,
There was like old
there's
band stuff down
old,
there too,
like,
I think.
yeah, band stuff.
Like there was an old timpani down there, I'm pretty sure.
There were old, like, hula hoops and, like, stuff we had in elementary school for,
Yeah.
like, gym class.
Yep. And
And it
then it was
was,
like a the storage room that everything was in was like it was this big rectangular room, but there were shelves in the middle, so it made like a rectangle. You had to walk around the shelves in the middle, like
right,
in the room. And the shelves in the middle are where most of like the textbooks or the English and history books were. And then on the outskirts is where all the random stuff was.
yeah. It was weird down
It
there.
it was weird.
I liked it, but I was off put by it.
I'm a little like it's weird that that room existed. It's weird, but also not weird that that room existed at our school. Also, weird that we had the opportunity to enter it. I feel like that doesn't happen in most schools, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't
Well,
know.
we weren't most schools.
We
Oh, well,
we
you two.
yes. Well, I mean
Right, you're
the north and south are built exactly the same. So like I imagine whichever yours was looked pretty identical to ours. Maybe it was a
Right.
mirror image of ours. I don't know.
Maybe.
Um, but yeah, from what you're explaining, it sounds pretty spot on.
Logie, you had a little band in college.
I did. Yeah, my musical experiences carried on from Panther Prep to, let's say, Raven University.
Yep.
Ravenclaw.
My first 2 full years, I didn't have a lot of music collaboration, didn't have a lot of people or any people at the school that I did music with. And then junior year, I found my stride. I found my uh, tie. Uh, code name.
You wrapped it around your neck.
Code name. Ty Blaine. Drunk on love. Oh my god.
Well timed.
I just realized
That's a
it's
good one.
backwards.
It's okay.
I'm showing them a picture of all of us holding hands that I
So
drew.
for those of you that can't see us, which is everyone that's listening to this, we're communicating on a call which has both video and audio recording, obviously, but we usually leave the videos off. But Brian likes to poke fun at us and randomly turn his camera on while we're in the midst of recording, and that was one of those
this
moments.
app has a camera mode. I can just
Anyway,
pop in whenever I want.
Proceed with, where were you, junior year, Logie?
Yeah. So junior year, I found my peeps. I found some people to make music with, and we called ourselves Birds Fly. We didn't call ourselves that, actually. There was a concert that was going to be happening, and our band was going to be featured. The guy setting it up, let's call him Irving.
Irving, yep.
You should always pick the aliases for the people we talk about.
Irving with an I.
That's your job.
So Irving was putting on a concert as a senior project, and he's like, "Yo, you guys want to perform in it?" We're like, "Hell yeah, that sounds awesome." And he's like, "Okay, what do you want your band name to be?" And just nobody answered him for like multiple days, and he kind of needed to know to make the flyer. So he's like, "All right, Birds Fly, Ravens University, Birds Fly."
I didn't know he came up with it.
He did.
That's awesome.
We're like, okay, sure. And it stuck. And we were Birds Fly for about a year and a half. And then we graduated, and that ship has sailed. But it was a lot of fun, and we're all friends. No bad blood or anything. We just were graduated and ready to be done with that chapter.
Yeah. And it's not, you guys don't really live near each other or anything.
That's
so
the other part of it. Yeah.
You can just go see each other all the time or anything. But yeah.
Ty Blaine Drunk on Love is like halfway across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly.
But hey, he's a pretty good singer. I'm
True.
glad I had the honor
He's spectacular.
I'm glad I had the honor of meeting Ty Blaine Drunk on Love.
We're just glazing Ty Blaine Drunk on Love now.
Yeah.
I will glaze Ty Blaine Drunk on Love until the end of time.
I don't doubt that.
I don't know how that man writes lyrics and comes up with catchy melodies, but I need him to teach me. I need him to teach me real good.
I like how Ty Blaine is the only one that doesn't get a code name.
He's famous.
Not only does he not get a code name, he gets full names.
He does get full names.
Follow Tyler Blaine Music on Instagram. Is that his handle? Tyler Blaine Music?
Yes.
Yes.
Or are there any extra words in there?
Look up Tyler Blaine on Spotify.
Music.
You won't.
It's Tyler Blaine Music, all one word.
It's not hard.
Drunk on Love by Tyler Blaine.
He's more famous than us, so if you don't know him, get your head out of the sand or something.
So you guys have heard about the proudest moment of my life. Yes. But this is actually this was the story I came ready with. I always have the story I think of on the fly, and then the story I came prepared with. This is the one I had prepared.
Let's finally listen to this one now that we're
it's like
these
30
two are minutes into this episode.
Yes. These two are shockingly similar if you think about it. Like in like the impact, the sheer impact that they had. So I told you about the time that Noah bestowed the greatest honor upon me. Now I will tell you how
Yes.
the greatest honor was bestowed upon my girlfriend, and it was the greatest day of her life, and I was there to witness it.
Okay.
Isn't that and it's music related for the music
That's quite
episode. Oh my
awesome.
god, guys. So we were at the 2024 Soundside Music Festival in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I found this, like, I found it by chance the first time. My mom enjoys the band The National. Maybe you might have heard about Today. That's like kind of their popular one.
If I say yes, will you continue the story?
Yeah, I'll keep going with it.
Yes, I'm very familiar.
I was trying to find tickets for the National, so I just looked up like the National tour,
The
and
national tour.
it came up with a link for this festival. And not only was the National playing at this festival, but it was the Lumineers, Stevie Nicks, and Dave Matthews. So, I mean, if you know those are pretty big names. I
Yeah.
mentioned the Lumineers first. They're probably like the smallest ones out of the three others that I mentioned, but that they had the song Ho Hey, you know. But
Yes,
Stevie
they
Nicks
did.
Yes, I'm
and
familiar with the
Dave
Lumineers.
Matthews, everyone knows. So it's super exciting. I got tickets for the first year for us. My mom got the tickets for the next year, and we brought my brother. And then for the third year, like, I was chatting about it with my girlfriend. She loves the Goo Goo Dolls, so they were going to be there. That was like the main thing. Like, we were decided that we were going as soon as we saw that the Goo Goo Dolls were going to be there. But then we also saw that Lisa Loeb and the Nine Stories were going to be there, which I didn't really recognize that name when it came up. Like, that kind of seemed like an obscure one to me.
Uncultured.
Her like hit. Wait, let me see if I can pull up what her hit is, in case I don't think you guys know it, but in case anyone listening is, it's like, you say I only hear what I want to. That's like her big, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that song. Okay, yeah, yeah. So you guys know. Damn, okay, good. I'm proud of you.
So Lisa Loeb was going to be there.
Yeah, Lisa Loeb was gonna be there. She was wicked excited about that. Like, because, you know, like the. What does that fucking have to do with anything, Logie?
It's from Wicked. You said she was wicked excited.
Oh, I said wicked.
Are
That's
you
another thing.
defying gravity?
Yeah.
I'm giving away the region that we live in because apparently only people from around here say wicked. I don't even
They
realize I
Yeah.
do?
say it as often as I do.
Yeah, that's
Oh, never
true.
mind. You're right.
It is.
You
Yeah.
It is
also
a regional thing.
you also said where the festival was.
I mean, that could mean
Bridgeport,
anything.
Connecticut. I mean, I could have traveled for it. I did travel for it. I traveled pretty far. Yes, many, many state borders were crossed getting here.
So you got to the
The
festival.
I got to the festival in a location which shall not be named,
Anymore.
except that I said the festival, what it's called, and where it is, and we're there, to see the Goo Goo Dolls, but she's real. Excited that Lisa Loeb's gonna be there too, and Lisa Loeb's on like pretty early in the day because like they kind of do it in order of relevance, or like current relevance, and not
Uh,
like she was super popular, but like I had to be reminded who Lisa Loeb was, so like
so, like, if
there's
Randy's Gentlemen were to perform, our performance would be at like 4
First.
in the morning.
Yeah.
right.
Got it.
It would be at noon when the park opens.
It would be
Is when
January
Oh, so it'd be at
31st at
11.
noon.
it would be. Yeah, it would be. It would be at 10 a.m.
Yep.
Would be like the warm up for
We'd be the
the
sound
like.
check band.
Lisa Loeb was on at maybe like 2:30, 3. A couple bands on before her, but like plenty of bands followed her. Like There were Goo Goo Dolls, Boys to Men, and Noah Khan was headlining, to give you an
Yes, that's
idea.
right. I remember you telling me about this now because you were like, "You want the
And people
information
were
about how to get
going
tickets?"
ballistic for him. It got very loud when Noah Khan walked on stage. But what's funny about that too is that the first time I went to the festival, he was like one of the smaller he was maybe at like 3 p.m., and then this year he was headlining that. I just thought that was kind of cool for him. He's kind of exploded.
Good for him.
Um, yeah, good for that little guy. He's from Vermont. That's pretty cool.
That's
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean
near us.
we're not near there. What? So Lisa Loeb is performing. People are kind of like bobbing their heads respectfully, but they're not like freaking out like for Noah Khan, that piece of shit.
Whoa.
But my girlfriend, like, you would not be able to tell the difference, between whether it was Lisa Loeb or the main event, because she was jumping up and down, waving her arms, hooting and hollering. She was really excited about it, and she was kind of like, we were kind of talking before, like, oh, what if she like sees me, because there's not really anyone going crazy. Like, you never know, so I'm really gonna make a scene for all these songs. And I'm like, okay, babe, if that's what makes you happy. And then during whatever song she was playing, she was kind of vaguely looking in our direction and kind of smiling while she was singing the song. So I had picked up on that, but like, it could be coincidence, But she looks over in our direction again, and she's like, "Hi, I see you waving back there." And oh my God,
Oh,
the look on my girlfriend's face when she
yo.
did that. It was just like when Noah pointed at me and bestowed upon me the honor of screaming my lungs out at the parade. It was like, she had just been granted uh, the powers of an angel, by her god.
Uh,
She got
You know,
lobed.
um,
that's pretty wild.
she got lobed.
Sorry, that was my keys. They're loud. Oh, speaking of keys, this is an update from previous episodes because there seems to be this running gag about my car being the most dysfunctional piece of machinery on the planet. I once again got it back from the shop today, but this time it's exciting for me because it's actually good news, not bad news. So sorry to disappoint all of you who are hoping for my ultimate demise and suffering.
I was
Um,
praying for your downfall.
we got it back from the shop. I drove it home. No more error lights came on. No nothing. It's driving fine. It sounds fine. I don't smell smoke when I drive anymore. I don't see smoke when I drive anymore. And the cherry on top is I was not charged for this repair at all because it's something that they didn't fix completely correctly last time that it was in the shop. So
Hey.
it just got fixed for free, and now it's, knock on wood, hopefully fine.
Yay.
Uh,
Noah's car's
Hopefully that
fixed.
nightmare is over. Anyway, that's my little interjection, segued out of the music stories for a brief
Hey, you need the car to get to band practice,
moment. I do
so
need the car to get to band practice. I can't
it's
depend on
related.
borrowing my brother's car all the time because
Codename Chimera.
com- the car, yeah.
I meant your brother, but
Sure, why not? Yeah, I'll let you know when it breaks again. Notice how I said when and not if, but if all goes well, it shouldn't happen again, please, maybe. And I'll look into getting a new car this summer, maybe one that's gonna last me a good solid chunk of years because I'm tired of bringing it to the shop for its yearly massive repair that
massive.
usually costs around a grand or so.
Stop, Plogie.
But anyway, we were talking about concerts before I so greatly segued into that little bit about my car.
We went to a concert.
We've been to a couple concerts, haven't we?
We
We
have.
have. That it
Say
was
on.
the same band both
and
times.
and are we gonna say anything more? Um,
Are those so? I know for Logie, those are the two concerts that you've been to. Noah, have you?
Yep.
Is it the same case for you?
Yeah, those are the only two. Yeah.
That is wild. We are a
Technically,
band,
yeah.
and you guys have been to 2 live
Hey,
shows.
sorry we don't have concerts every weekend,
Yes.
but
I also don't I don't love the concert environment that much, so it has to really
I
be
get it.
I
a
do.
band that I like in order to go, because I don't really like
I
loud music and giant crowds of people.
Okay, so Noah's like Mama Bear, Brian's Daddy Bear, and I'm Baby Bear.
Don't call
Cause,
me Daddy Bear.
Cause I I think the concert environment's awesome, but I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd enjoy it if I didn't know any of the words
It's
to the songs.
Did you intentionally say Daddy Bear instead of Papa Bear? Because that's what it is.
No, no, I didn't realize until you commented on it.
Whoops. That.
Uh,
Holy Lord.
Good
Pipe
one.
down, Daddy Bear.
Uh,
I'm gentleman number 3.
Mommy Bear and Daddy Bear need to go to the secret room for a little while. Don't ask
I'm
why.
definitely at the bottom of the totem pole at this point.
So the band was AJR, which we all like. It's my favorite band. I don't know about you
It's
guys, but
probably my favorite. It's definitely the band I listen to the most.
I know, yeah, I know the most of their songs from memory because that's kind of how we bond. Like, I feel like, in a way, because we all can sing along to those songs, and I listen to every song they put out.
Yeah, me too.
I
yeah.
don't know if I'd go as far as to say they're my favorite band, but they're up there.
So
Totally.
Daddy Bear's different, but we all like
But
them.
Mommy Bear and Baby Bear still love him very much.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
So
Whoa.
the first concert, Baby Bear's like, oh, we're gonna have Baby Bear's birthday at this concert, and I'm gonna invite all my bear friends.
Why is this bit continuing?
So I got tickets because I wanted this to be my birthday party was the concert, and the tickets weren't outrageous, you know. So I got tickets for like everyone in our friend group to go.
Which was what, like 12,
It was
15 tickets?
we got 12 tickets, I think,
Yep.
and the 3 of us went.
And that's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So on the bright side, we had a whole row to ourselves for the
Well,
most part.
for the
We got to
most
buy
part.
our nice $10 nachos and
Yep.
our
Yep.
$14 drinks. Did I get a beer?
We were not of age yet.
I definitely did at the most recent one.
You did
I
at the
don't know
recent
about
one,
yeah.
but not at the first one. That was like right after my birthday. I think I had like just turned 19. So we were still youngins. Not
Noah was a
youngins,
baby
just
face
youngins.
little Boy Scout.
Yeah.
No, were you ever a Boy Scout?
No.
No, that surprises me.
No, I was never a Boy Scout. I never even went to summer camp. I went to after school program during the school year, and then during the summer we either go to my grandmother's house a couple days a week, and then like my grandpa would come up and visit us one day, so that was like 3 out of the 5 days. And then like the other couple days, like my parents were able to finagle their work schedules so that they could watch us for most of the day, and it was fine. Um,
There you
Besides the
go.
point, I was never a Boy Scout. Nope.
You just you seem like you're just a model citizen, Noah. You know, I think
Oh,
that's
thanks.
why. And you did that Captain America outfit one year, and it's just like it
I
reminds me
did.
that you're a model citizen that we should all look up to. Noah could have made his way up to Eagle Scout.
Bet I could have. I would have climbed the Boy Scout ladder until I was on the top of the totem pole.
The Boy Scout totem pole that you carved out of soap.
Yes, that's how I got my soap badge, my
I
soap
want my
carving badge.
Wilderness
That makes more
Explorer
sense.
badge.
Yes. I walked up to this man's house and he told me to go find a colorful bird. So
A
I clapped
snipe.
my hands 3 times and fed it chocolate until it showed up. And then another old man tried to kill us, but then we released the bird into the wild
Jeez.
because we realized it had babies.
That's crazy that that's a real thing that happened to you,
I
Noah.
know, and then I almost got deja vu when it happened to me because it was like I'd seen that plot line somewhere before.
Yeah, that's totally weird. I'm sure
That
that's never
is
happened to anyone else.
no. I wonder how that colorful bird's doing. I never got its number.
Probably dead. Probably poached.
The babies live on, probably though.
I mean, yeah, unless they're going extinct.
Uh, anyway, we were at a concert. I don't remember
We
how we
were at a
got here.
concert.
We were at a
There
concert.
was there was so much more I was going to say about that.
About the concert or
No,
about?
continue.
So we had the 12 seats that we
Oh,
had
right.
bought, and then this couple comes and sits a few seats away from us. Like, they gave us our space, but
Yep.
not their seats because
Yeah.
I had the tickets. And they're chilling, whatever. Who cares? At this same concert, I had no clue who this was at the time, but one of my bandmates from Birds Fly was at the same concert because that's his favorite band too. Let's see, codename Scott. Codename Scott.
Nice.
Scotty.
Codename Scott became my roommate and one of my close friends and my bandmate. And we were talking about going to the AJR concert, the newer one. And I was like, Randy's Gentleman and I are talking about going to the concert. So we're just like, screw it. Let's all
This is a
four of us
little bit of
go.
a flash forward, by the way. You might have said
Yeah,
that,
this
and
is
I missed it.
years later.
This is a couple years later when their new tour started.
Right. This was last year,
Yeah, last year.
2024.
Last April, I think it was.
The four of us are like, let's go see the concert. Here's a funny little offshoot story that maybe you guys will remember. We decided to go to Subway to get lunch before the concert.
Yep.
And
Oh no.
we're standing waiting in line, and there's this guy, I forget what he said. He was something about hot sauce.
I don't
Or
remember what
ghost
he
pepper.
said.
He was talking about
Ghost
ghost
pepper.
pepper, and he's sitting down and he's like talking loudly. And he's like, "Yeah, I had ghost peppers, but I could handle it," or something. I don't know, whatever he said, something along those lines. And
Real tough guy.
Noah and I were giggling a little bit, but like we're in public. We
We're
don't
in
want the
public.
guy to,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And I was completely oblivious as usual. I was just trying because Subway stresses me out. I just
We were just
wanna because if you don't know what you want immediately, Noah and I have a story about this too. I won't derail this too much,
Oh,
but
you're
like
right.
they almost get mad at you if you
Yep.
don't know what you want. So I was really zoned in on that.
So I decide to text the group chat of the three of us, whatever the guy said, like whatever the ghost pepper guy said. And then maybe 5 minutes go by. We forgot. We're just waiting in line. And Brian notices the text and just reads
Mhm.
it out loud at full volume.
I found it. I regularly eat ghost pepper sauce.
Yeah.
Not like at a conversational tone, like I was announcing it to the
Brian's
subway.
like, I regularly eat ghost pepper sauce. And Noah and I, eyes front, dead silent, did not react. We're just like, okay, you're on your own.
Yep, have fun with that one.
If you're gonna
Talk
get
your
your
way out of
ass
this.
beat, we're not gonna have a part in it.
And I think Scott might have heard it too. I don't even know.
I
He was
forget.
there.
I think he was in the front of the line. I think he ordered his sandwich first, so he might have missed
Yeah.
this part. So the exact text message you sent was the quote, "I regularly eat ghost pepper sauce," end quote, signed musician since age 5.
Right. He was
Music.
talking about how he was a musician since age 5.
Oh, was he going to the AJR concert?
He might have been.
Why not? Careful what you say in public, folks.
Yeah. And then after the subway, we went to the venue to wait for the concert.
Yep.
And we're standing in line for a while, and there's a parking garage across the street. And of course, as we know, Brian's sitting there trying to figure out how he would climb
Oh,
it.
I asked him. How do you climb
Mhm.
that? And he provided.
Yep. You did not know what you were getting into. Actually, you knew what you were getting into by that point.
Wasn't Scott trying to help you strategize too?
I think
Probably.
he was. I
I'm
think he
pretty
got.
sure.
No, the funniest thing, the funniest story I have involving that is when, like, we're just casually in the Shake Shack, me and Logie's co-host buddy on their other podcast, Gingerhead Men, give it a listen. We're standing there alone, which, I know him through Logie, so we don't have a lot of one-on-one moments. But he was looking at the ceiling of the Shake Shack, and he's just like, I bet you could get up there by, like, standing on the booths and, like,
No
grabbing onto
way.
that pole there. And I was just like, I was so excited, like I was like a kid on Christmas. I'm like, yeah, you could totally like scale like the tiles on the side and like crawl around up
Uh,
there like Spider-Man. Like I found a man after my own heart, and he like I was not the one that brought it up. He was. So I
you want to
found
know?
another climbing enthusiast.
I don't know why, but the whole time you were explaining that, I could just see it so vividly in my
Oh
head,
yeah,
playing out exactly as you described it,
I've done it
word for
enough that
word.
you
Uh,
know the drill by now.
uh, yeah, I don't know if any other eventful moments happened while we were in line. Um, it
Well,
was
I know
just
like
we just
half
had to
the
wait.
line disappeared at one point.
Yeah, because they were in the wrong spot. And the security people kept coming down like, you have these tickets, go here. And then people are like, oh, I have that ticket. And they had to leave. But no, we were special this time around by accident, kind of. We did not get 12 ticket I should say Logie. Logie did not get 12 tickets in a row for all his friends this time around. No, no, no. We only had 4 tickets this time because we counted and also communicated this time. Our boy Scott, I believe, is the one who bought the tickets, if I'm correct. He was tasked with buying the tickets. 4 pit tickets for however much they were. They weren't cheap. They were probably a lot more expensive than the first set of tickets that Logie
Yeah,
purchased.
the first concert was not good seats.
No, it wasn't good seats, but it was a good show. Second
Yeah.
concert,
I mean, it was a decent venue though, so you could see pretty well
yeah.
from wherever
Second
you were.
concert
Right.
by accident, we get pit tickets because we didn't we communicated how many of us were going, but we didn't communicate where the heck we were going to sit. So we ended up getting pit tickets.
It was very hard. The website kept crashing.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
that's right.
I was trying to get tickets and
I
I put
remember
in
when we were first trying to get them, it kept saying they were sold out, and we were like,
yeah.
already? They've been live for like an hour,
And
and then
I had
like,
to go to class, so
Sometimes that's how it goes.
I had Scott take over.
yep. I think that, and then we like checked AJR's story, and they were like, yeah, Ticketmaster, whatever they were using, is lying to you. We're not sold out. You can still buy tickets. We're trying to fix this issue or whatever it was. And so yes, we eventually got the tickets. We had pit seats or spots because you don't sit in the pit, you stand. They weren't cheap, but it was a good show.
It was a lot of fun, yeah.
It was because AJR puts a lot of effort into their sets on stage, and they do like they did in the most recent show a whole like joke about like the one of the lights falling from the ceiling. And like
Right.
they actually fooled me. I don't know how they fooled me, but they
I
did.
I was skeptical
I was skeptical.
when Ryan started talking, and then
He
they
was kind of
left, and all
not
the
doing
lights went
best
out.
acting, maybe.
No, it was good. Like he did well, but I was like, this is very AJR. This is something they would do, I feel like. So I like I was torn because I didn't want to be like, oh, this is just if something was actually wrong, I didn't want to be the guy that was just like, oh, this is fake. It's fine. No one's really hurt or whatever.
Right.
You know?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, because you were like vaguely concerned because like I thought like it was gonna fall on somebody. And
Yeah.
of course, it was made of like foam, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like the fake stage light that
Right,
fell.
because they actually dropped it.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
ceiling.
Oh yeah. It was kind of I hadn't really seen anything like it, but
No.
it was super cool.
Spotlight's
Yeah,
all
so at
yours.
the end they had a giant inflatable version of Jack who's kind of he's the face of the band. He's the Brian of AJR.
Yeah.
I'm the eye candy, as we've established.
And they had a thing where he's like, I'm gonna get as big as my house, like that's a song lyric, and
Yeah.
then the lights went out and turned back on and there's a giant inflatable Jack just on
Oh,
the
howdy.
stage.
Brian turned his camera on again.
Brian's doing the Riz face to us.
No, I'm not. Stop lying to them, Logie.
Daddy Bear's rizzing us out.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm quitting. I'm quitting.
No, don't leave me with this man.
It's just gonna be mommy bear and baby bear from here on out.
But that would throw
The
the whole
egregious
we'd
bears.
The egregious
The egregious bears.
two bears,
my.
one cave.
Oh.
That's our main competition. Oh,
Um,
did you guys hear Ted Nivison and Jay Schlatt's podcast is ending? So we're gonna be
Oh
poaching
no.
all of their viewers. We're gonna make them into our
Okay.
viewers.
I accept.
Are you sure?
No.
It's a lot of responsibility. They've got a big following. I'm responsible
I'm
enough for
not
the
part of it.
three of us.
You
Sorry.
keep us grounded at the bottom of the totem pole.
Exactly.
I
The
keep us
totem
middle.
pole needs a strong foundation. Yeah, Noah keeps us leveled out, and
Whatever that
Logie
means.
gives us top.
I don't know if I want top from Baby Bear.
Wait, I thought Logie was mommy
Band
bear.
name.
No, I'm Mommy Bear.
I've been so distracted by being daddy bear that I've failed to realize who the other two bears are.
You mixed up your child and your mother. So that was a real awkward
My
experience
mother,
the first
my
time.
child, and
Wait.
my mother.
Wait.
I think you have shit mixed up, Noah.
Is Noah Grandma Bear?
What?
What?
You said
Wait, yeah. Are you gonna bake us cookies, Noah?
Wife, not mother.
Nope. It's
Okay. Yep.
Grandma
I'm
bear,
wrong. I'm wrong.
daddy
You're right.
bear,
I'm
and little bear.
I'm the idiot here.
It's 3 generations. My wife is dead, and I'm a
I'm
single
dead.
father of baby bear. And I'm a heavy, heavy drinker.
Let's write a song about bears. No, let's
Let's
not.
write a song about In the Kitchen.
We did that already.
It's not what you think.
It's not what you think.
That's not what you think.
Since this is a music-themed episode, shall we talk about... I don't want to talk too much about this because I think we might be able to do an episode on, like, the songs on their own. Like, I think
Oh,
we
absolutely.
could do a whole episode on, like, one of our songs. But there's a video posted on... I think it's still posted, right? It's on the Randy's Gentleman account. Very early on of us doing a clip of In the Kitchen. And that was your 21st, right?
That was.
There was a live band there. We were celebrating at a local brewery, and the
I didn't
local
realize
band,
that was like one of our first 6 posts.
this was like our
Codename Panther Pub.
yeah, the Panther Pub.
The Panther Pub.
We live in Panther Town. We live in P Town.
We live next to Paradise.
Yes, Panther Town is just a little bit north of Paradise.
Yes.
Funny.
Yeah, so I think that was technically our first, like, I wouldn't call it an official performance of In the Kitchen because, well, we did do the whole song. We kind of were, it was very on the spot. Like we weren't expecting it. We just were. It was like more like an open mic performance than it was a.
Right. It was the band that was performing. Just they found out like it was for my birthday,
Yep.
Your 21st, I think.
and
Yep.
they found out that I was a musician and that my bandmates were there, and they're like, "Hell
They
yeah, get on
invited
up
us
here!"
up. Well, it actually started with you. They invited you up because they knew you were a music major. And then
Right.
some lady from the bar saw me and Brian like there, like we were involved with what you were doing and like we knew it was going on. And she was like, "There's 2 more mics up there. You guys should just go up there and help them out." So Brian and I were just like, "Okay, I guess that's what we're gonna do."
Yeah, we were kind of awkwardly, I think, not sure if
Yeah.
like we were supposed to or what, but I think everyone loved
And
it.
I
I do
was
as well.
nervous. I remember now. I was nervous and I felt like I was bombing. And then all of a sudden, my 2 buddies are just there.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
We'll
Oh,
always
it was
back you
Dragon
up
Slayer,
there,
that's
bear.
right.
I did
We
Dragon Slayer first, and it was like way too soon after it was written to
Yeah.
perform that. I barely knew the words.
That's the one that we came in the middle and we're just like, whoa.
And the band that was there was just kind of like trying to like
Yeah, and
improvise
they were
their
just
way
like
through it.
playing along with us, doing
Right.
whatever.
They
And then
did, I think, thought they did a decent job
I
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
for
Um
having to do it on the spot, you know?
and the funny thing about In the Kitchen when you started playing it is the keyboard you were using must have been transposed because we did not play it in the key it was supposed to be in. We adjusted just fine, but I don't know what it was. But it went fine. That's it. I can't complain
We
about how that went.
survived.
We had a Friday fun fact about this. That's kind of how Brian became the lead on that song.
Yeah.
Like,
Because he
Just
yeah,
just
his
on the
has a
mic was
song.
the
loud
loudest.
microphone. Yeah.
Yeah, my mic, I had to like step away from the mic a little
Yeah.
bit because I was like blowing out everyone's
Wasn't
ears in the
like
crowd and I didn't
your
even realize
Shay?
it.
Wasn't Shay like signaling to you like be quieter? And then
Shut up.
later in the video,
And-
you can see you going like, "Huh?" And then and you can audibly hear you go, "Oh, my voice!" And then you like move your hand down to be like, "Oh, I need to be quiet."
I swear I was like, wait, like, oh, you're saying this is good? You want me to like, yeah. So I was like trying to like play it up a little more and even like project more,
Oh, my voice.
continuing to blow out everyone's ears, and then I eventually.
I mean, in the video, it
hint.
didn't blow out. I don't think it wasn't blowing out. It was just noticeably louder than the rest of the microphones.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys can find the video we're talking about if you go to
It is.
Randy's Gentleman on Instagram.
It is on the
and
Randy
check out our stuff.
Instagram. I believe it's either the very first or one of the very first videos we posted.
It's the 6th thing we posted
The
on
sixth thing?
which I
Okay.
didn't realize it was that
Oh, it was
early.
super early.
Which
Fun-
makes sense though, because it predated the release of
Yes, this
The
was
Kitchen.
not In the Kitchen had not yet been released. It was still being produced.
It's kind of funny how Brian got sent to the foreign lands military, and Noah and I decided while he was gone that he would be the lead on In the Kitchen.
Oh, that's right.
We just
You're right.
decided.
That what
We just
happened?
decided for you, and I texted you, and I'm like, "By the way, you're singing lead on In the Kitchen now." And
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, I mean,
So-
I'd be honored."
Brian had to attend to some business for about a month out of the state, out of our jurisdiction. He
Yep.
left Panther Town or whatever we called it, and Logie and I still proceeded with rehearsals because why not? We only had the summer, so we were trying to make the best of our time, you know. And you're right. I'm pretty sure we just made that decision
Yeah,
for him when we were recording the other parts.
my
And-
voice wasn't working, and
Yeah,
we're like,
yep.
I'll just do harmonies.
And then
Yeah.
we recorded the harmonies, and Brian recorded the
We recorded
lead
the
over it.
harmonies before the lead.
Yeah, that was we
That was a choice.
approached that song like backwards, but I still think it came out okay.
It is
People
so
like it.
funny.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. It was, I've told you about the most honorable moment of my life. The weirdest moment of my life was getting a video from Noah, and it's just like a group of people in the middle of like his
I
college
remember.
campus.
Yes.
And over the PA system, they're playing in the kitchen. So I'm watching a video of people like cutting it loose to like my voice over
Yep.
the loudspeakers in the
Do
middle
I
of.
still have that video? Please tell me I still have that video. I think it's on. I think I have it on Snapchat. Oh no, guys! I need to do my Duolingo.
Oh no.
Noah, quick, do your. Wait, let me see if I can tell you to do your Duolingo in Spanish. Noah necesita completa Duolingo.
Uh,
Je
I
ne
need
parle pas.
to complete Duolingo. What am I looking for? Oh, I'm in the wrong
Yes,
spot.
I think I did that right.
Um,
All our Spanish listeners out there, tell me if I got that right. My uncle will be able to tell me.
what was I looking for again? That's right. The video of
Los cumpleaños.
that's the birthdays.
True,
Yes, it is.
the birthdays. Did you guys know we have birthdays?
We do.
The listeners should send us each something on our birthday. I, I
You
mean,
should
unless
send
you're
us each
rude,
a
Imagine
a
having a song released on your birthday. Couldn't be
that'd be
me.
crazy.
aw. Two
Uh,
thirds. Oh.
uh,
What day is your birthday this year?
Mine. I don't know.
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
I wonder what year you'll get a song on your birthday. Noah, you can have a song released on your birthday in 2033. Maybe our second album will have a single ready by then. Probably not.
We are going to release our first album, and it's going to launch us into the stratosphere, guys. We are going to. Oh, sorry. Did you hear the loud noise?
Yes. So
Well,
that brings us to our conclusion, I think, of the first music themed, first maybe only music themed episode.
we'll
We're a
see.
band.
Yep.
It won't be only.
Let me know. Let us know what you guys thought of this music themed episode. We'll definitely get you more music themed
Oh
stuff
yes,
if you did.
absolutely.
Let
And
us know if you don't care. Maybe you don't care as much about the music related stuff. Maybe maybe you're not gonna check out Randy's Gentlemen, but we really hope you do.
maybe you're just here to three see of us to see three of us be egregious for an hour or so, or
That
however
is
long.
what this podcast is all about. But
That
we
is
hope you
correct.
enjoyed either way. We have fun. I think we can say confidently now that we have fun making these. Now that we have two, about to be three of them under our belt.
Yes.
It's a pretty epic experience
It is quite
with
epic.
Daddy Bear.
Uh-huh.
You goddamn son of a bitch.
Well, on that note, also if you guys have any questions that you want to shoot our way,
Oh yes, yeah.
absolutely, we will take those, and if we compile enough of them, we'll dedicate an episode to Q&A.
And if you guys enjoyed this episode, DM us a gif of fear from Inside Out.
Yes, it has to be fear this time. And remember, you're only allowed one. We will block
One.
you if you send us more.
What do they get if they send us one?
I'll send you back a gif of fear, and it will be a different one if it's available, but only for the
Awesome.
first come first serve.
So
But we're not going to say how
one
many
person.
people get it before.
Nope, it'll be until I'm sick of it.
Yep,
There's only one way to find out.
there is. So, what is it? The Egregious Pod?
The Egregious Pod on
Oh yeah,
Instagram.
I was picturing the Randy's Gentleman Instagram, but I guess we have
Or I
One
guess
for
you
the
send it to
podcast. No,
Randy's Gentleman or the Egregious Pod, whichever you can find.
we'll see
But
it
if you
either
send it
way.
to Randy's Gentleman, I'm not responding.
Okay, sounds fair.
I'll respond
But
instead.
yeah, okay.
If you want to
Popularity
get a
concert.
Logie
What?
response, go with the Egregious Podcast. If you want to see what I have to say about your fear gif, send it over to Randy.
All right.
If you want to know what Noah has to say, DM him on his personal account.
No, don't do
That
that.
we will be linking in the description.
If you do that, I will delete your message and block you. No, I might
That's
not, but I
okay.
might also.
Noah does not make empty threats.
No. You don't want to know what would have happened if you messed up that chant that one time I gave you the opportunity.
Oh my lord. I'm not gonna lie, some sweat was collecting in my booties.
Yeah, good.
Ooh, I kind of liked that.
I regularly eat ghost pepper sauce.